In a series as lengthy and legendary as Call of Duty, just about everyone is going to have their opinions about which games are the best. Well, we here at Trending 10 decided we'd take a shot at it. Get it? Shot, because it's an FPS. I'm sorry, I just read what they tell me to write. Welcome to Trending 10, and these are our picks for the top 10 Call of Duty games of all time. Number 10, Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. While this game may be most remembered for having an atrocious reception at its reveal, if you take a step back and look at the elements of the finished product, it really isn't nearly as bad as people say. First, the campaign. The campaign in this game is absolutely excellent, allowing players to captain their ship and crew as they venture to new planets to battle in a visceral, gritty war. Next, the multiplayer. While many may not like the multiplayer, and it may have some balance issues, there are still tens of thousands of players every day. Lastly, the zombies mode. The zombies in this game is very fun, with an eccentric, colorful zombies mode that can be enjoyed for hours and hours on end. While Infinite Warfare might not be your favorite Call of Duty game, let's cut it a little slack. It's definitely not nearly as bad as some people like to say. Number 9. Call of Duty 2. The game that really set Call of Duty on the map. Call of Duty 2 is widely regarded as one of the best World War II games ever made. In the early 2000s, it seemed that everyone was making World War II first-person shooters, with the Medal of Honor and Brothers in Arms series leading the charge. Call of Duty was around, but it didn't make too big of an impact. But everything changed when Call of Duty was released in 2005. This game was the series' debut on consoles, as the first game was a PC exclusive, and it also took full advantage of the new Xbox Live service, offering an expansive multiplayer battlefield for players to fight each other on. Many attribute the beginning of Call of Duty sniper montages and quickscoping to COD 4 Modern Warfare, but these actually started with Call of Duty 2. They just weren't nearly as popular as they were once COD 4 was released a few years later. Call of Duty 2 was a great game and laid the foundation for the series to take total control of the first-person shooter market in the years to come. Number 8. Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. After years and years of modern-day Call of Duty titles, Activision knew it was time for a change. The publishers tasked Sledgehammer Games with bringing the series into the future, and they did so with Advanced Warfare. While some may not agree with the trend that Advanced Warfare started for the series, and the multiplayer did have some balancing issues, Advanced Warfare was, all in all, a very solid Call of Duty game and a very innovative one as well. The addition of exosuits added a new layer to the multiplayer and a new way to play. Maps were designed with multiple levels to encourage players to take full advantage of their new movement system. Advanced Warfare also introduced the controversial but very successful supply drop system that still exists to this day in the series, and likely isn't ever going to go away because of how much money it's made, which of course added somewhat of a sense of accomplishment whenever you were rewarded with one during a multiplayer match. Number 7. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. The conclusion to the Modern Warfare trilogy, Modern Warfare 3 had quite a bit of behind-the-scenes drama during its development. Following lawsuits involving developers Infinity Ward, Activision was forced to bring in some extra help, and so Sledgehammer Games was signed to assist Infinity Ward in the rushed development of Modern Warfare 3. Despite the short development time, Modern Warfare 3 ended up being the best-selling Call of Duty game to date. With a gripping campaign that finished the stories of Soap, Price, and Makarov, a massive multiplayer that, while it had its issues, was insanely fun and is still decently populated to this day, and the introduction of the very underrated survival mode, Modern Warfare 3 is often overshadowed by the other games in the trilogy, but this doesn't mean it's necessarily a bad game. Modern Warfare 3 is quite good, and it's a great conclusion to an epic trilogy. Number 6. Call of Duty Black Ops 3. While the campaign for this game got a little bit of heat for being below standard, and having little to do with the previous games in the Black Ops trilogy, the multiplayer and zombies mode more than made up for it. Black Ops 3 introduced a new movement system, expanding on the exosuit system of Advanced Warfare by adding sliding, wall running, and a power bar. Black Ops 3 has a truly unique feel to it. Black Ops 3 also expanded on Advanced Warfare's controversial supply drop system that, like them or hate them, added a ton of extra content and unlockables to the multiplayer. Black Ops 3 also had an insanely fun zombies mode that was recently expanded with classic maps from previous games with the Chronicles DLC. While you may not be a fan of the feature set of Call of Duty games, Black Ops 3 is often cited as the best of the advanced titles. Number 5. Call of Duty World at War. The last Call of Duty game to be set in World War II for almost 10 years, World at War was released in 2008 and was a truly graphic, visceral experience. The previous World at War COD games had been rated T, which restricted more graphic content from being featured. However, after the success of Call of Duty 4, the first M-rated game in the series, World at War was clear to be as graphic as they wanted, and Treyarch took full advantage of this new M rating. World at War was shockingly graphic and realistic, offering an insanely dark and gritty World War II story, and it was the first Call of Duty game to include dismemberment, further adding to the immersion. World at War also introduced the world to the now famous Nazi Zombies mode, which has since grown into a staple of the Call of Duty franchise. Number 4. Call of Duty Black Ops. Released in 2010, Black Ops took us back to the Vietnam War and offered an incredibly engaging campaign, involving brainwashing, the assassination of JFK, and some of the most memorable characters in Call of Duty history. The multiplayer was also insanely fun, introducing weapons like the ballistic knife and crossbow, and giving the gaming world their first visit to the now legendary Nuketown. Black Ops multiplayer also introduced wager matches, in which players could wage their in-game currency against each other in fun new modes like Gun Game, One in the Chamber, and Sharpshooter. Black Ops also refined the Zombies mode from World at War and truly made it into its own mode rather than just a fun bonus as it was before. All in all, Black Ops is one of the most innovative Call of Duties to date, and is absolutely worth a shot if you haven't played it before. As a matter of fact, it's backwards compatible on the Xbox One right now, so go give it a try. Number 3. Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. The game that would go down in history as one of the most copied first-person shooters ever, Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare was released in 2007 and completely changed the face of the franchise. The first Call of Duty game to be set in the modern era, the campaign told the story of an international struggle for power with amazing mission design, memorable characters, and a truly cinematic experience. In addition to the great campaign, Call of Duty 4 also completely changed the series' multiplayer format. Online lobbies were brought down to 6 players per team, with smaller maps than previous games to create more fast-paced gameplay. COD 4 also introduced custom class setups and kill streaks, which would go on to become staples of the franchise. These new additions added incredible replay value to the online battleground, and COD 4 changed the way gamers look at first-person shooters, and is one of the most influential games of the modern era. In our opinion, it's more than deserving of the number 3 spot on our list. Number 2. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. While COD 4 Modern Warfare transformed the franchise's format, it wasn't until 2 years later that the formula was perfected with Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. With an epic campaign that featured a great soundtrack, amazing set pieces, and a story so well done that it sparked controversy, Modern Warfare 2's campaign greatly surpassed the high expectations left by the original Call of Duty 4 and World at War. But where it really shined was the multiplayer. Infinity Ward decided to take the new multiplayer format established by COD 4 and take it 500 steps further, adding tons of new weapons, equipment, kill streaks, and countless gun camos, calling cards, and emblem changes to keep gamers busy. In addition to the sheer amount of content packed into the game, the multiplayer was just plain fun. Modern Warfare 2 went on to be one of the best-selling games of all time, and one of the most populated online games in the history of Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. And finally, in our number 1 spot for the number 1 Call of Duty game of all time, Call of Duty Black Ops 2. There's a reason why it was such a big deal when this game finally became backwards compatible on the Xbox One. It's just that good. Picking up a little while after the first Black Ops ended, the Black Ops 2 campaign jumps between the 80s and the not-too-distant future to give the player the ability to see the lasting effects of their actions. In addition to the multiple time eras, Black Ops 2 also featured branching storylines that actually allowed the player to control the outcome of the story and determine the fate of characters they had come to know and love. While Black Ops 2 didn't bring too much new to the multiplayer, it's widely regarded as the best Call of Duty experience that you can have online. With balanced gunplay, well-designed maps, tons of customized options, the introduction of score streaks as opposed to kill streaks, and the epic League Play playlist. But these 2 modes weren't enough for Treyarch. In addition to the excellent campaign and multiplayer, players were treated to a newly expanded Zombies experience that many COD players consider to be the best ever. If you have an Xbox One, do yourself a favor right now and go download Black Ops 2. Believe me, you won't regret it. But alright guys, that's it for our list of the top 10 Call of Duty games of all time. Be sure to let us know what you all think down in the comment section below. And if you like this video or are a COD fan, drop a like and subscribe for more great content. But that's it for this one guys. Thanks so much for watching Trending 10, your guide to what's viral right now.